we're going from Frankfurt, which is in the west of Germany, to Brandenburg, which is in the east. That's because it's time, once again, for Destination Germany, your how-to guide for vacationing in Germany. It's got everything: action and adventure, nature and relaxation, history, and even a hope for the future.
Just one hope. You don't have too many. The last exciting destination we took you to was the Black Forest Highlands area in the state of Baden-Württemberg. We spoke to Ulrike Brotschol, who works in the tourism department for the region. She told us how great the Black Forest is to visit in the wintertime. Culture, sports, nature. It has something for everyone, with great deals as well for those who are staying for at least 2 days. So listen to last month's episode if you want to take in all of that. But the fact is, we're transitioning out of wintertime now and we're moving into the spring. So let's move on to this month's destination. Where are you taking us to now, Rob?
Yeah, the last 2 months of the destinations that we've had have been to do with Germany's cold climate. So we visited the Christmas markets and then, like you were just talking about, the Black Forest in the wintertime specifically. Well, some good news, we're moving on to some warmer destination and activities. Kind of.
Kind of? So what's the destination?
Okay, we're going to go all around the state of Brandenburg. And that's from the cities that they have there to all the lakes to the rolling hills out in the rural areas. We're pretty much seeing the entire thing.
Well, if you don't know where Brandenburg is, where Berlin, the capital of Germany, is, it surrounds. Brandenburg is a state, a separate state, which surrounds Berlin. So it's a pretty big place, and our destination is going to cover the entire thing. How is that even possible?
So the destination feature we're checking out in Brandenburg is more like one of the possible ways that you can visit there. We're going to get some real exercise when you go there at the same time, which is pretty nice. I spoke with Stefan Lehmann from Brandenburg's tourism department, and he told me all about bicycle tourism in Brandenburg. And first, let him tell you a little bit about what you can find in Brandenburg.
Yeah, we used to say that Brandenburg is the region all around Berlin. So you have Berlin right in the middle of Brandenburg, and then you have Potsdam, the former capital city of Prussia, and today the capital city of the federal state of Brandenburg, with all these famous castles and gardens, which are part of the UNESCO World Cultural Heritage. And then if you go to the countryside, you have more than 3,000 lakes and thousands of kilometers of watercourse. So that forms the most extensive landscape of rivers and lakes in Europe. So it's pretty much exciting.
Yeah, okay. That gives a good description about the state of Brandenburg. So living in Berlin, I've been there a few times, and I can tell you that there is some really great stuff there. It's certainly a big expanse of countryside, and I never really thought about going there by bicycle, though. I'm usually a train guy because it's too far to walk from place to place inside of places like Brandenburg, so I normally get the train.
Yeah, normally I do the same when I'm visiting someplace new, as Germany's public transportation is pretty convenient overall, and it's just great to use to get places when you're visiting somewhere new. But after talking with Herr Lehmann, I really understand why people choose to go to Brandenburg to explore by bike.
Yeah, of course. Brandenburg is great for cycling. If you don't like climbing up steep hills, you got to love Brandenburg. So it's quite flat and even, and we've got, for instance, many tourists from Switzerland. In Switzerland you have all these hills and mountains, and they come to Brandenburg because here we have no mountains. Our highest mountain is about 200 meters high.
I really like that Brandenburg is a pretty bike-friendly place for all cyclist levels. And while I'm not a grandpa yet, no offense to grandpas out there, I don't consider myself a biking expert. I mean, you don't see me with my tight bike shorts and a €10,000 bike out on the streets. I do have a Brompton folding bike, though, that I really do enjoy riding.
Yeah, I ride my bike pretty much every day. I commute to work with it. I ride around the city, like go grocery shopping, but I am also not any sort of expert biker. But it sounds like anyone that wants to go visit Brandenburg by bike and doesn't mind a little bit of exercise can do so.
We have these longer trips, maybe 3 to 4 days, but we have also these trips for one day or for a weekend in all parts of Brandenburg, and most of them are very, very much suited for families and with children, and so they are about 30 to 40 kilometers, some of them 50 kilometers, and it's easily feasible to do that tour on one day or on a weekend.
So it really gives a lot of choice for those wanting to visit and tour by bike. If you just want a day trip, they have something for you. Or if you want to spend a few days and really pedal out 200 plus kilometers, that option's there as well.
Yeah, well, that might be a little bit difficult for me to get a few days all at once to tour around Brandenburg, and I'm not sure if I'm up for a 500-kilometer ride anyway. So a short trip sounds pretty good for me. I'm assuming that there's trails and paths and lanes specifically made for this kind of bicycle tourism. So what kind of sights can you see while participating in this way of seeing the state?
They've got these urban biking routes. For instance, in Potsdam, there's one tour that is called Old Fritz, like this former famous Prussian king. And this tour shows you the famous and fabulous views of Potsdam, like Sanssouci Castle, Park of Sanssouci, and on the other side, if you like being in the countryside, I would recommend the Oder-Neiße cycle trail. So that brings you along the rivers Neiße and Oder, and you discover, for instance, the vast landscape of the Oderbruch or the national park Unteres Odertal. And that's completely opposite of these urban tours. So you are out in the nature, and sometimes you don't see a person for 15 or 20 kilometers. So that's the completely opposite.
While I love visiting urban areas, some of the more rural trails sound like they could be really fun too. Though I might need to train a little bit more in my hometown to make sure I can make it all the way to the end.
I think one of the urban bike routes is calling my name. I did just think of a possible concern. So number one, I don't know if I want to spend my vacation checking out maps to make sure that I'm not getting lost, because that's critical. And two, I don't know too many people that might want to join me on such a kind of athletic kind of outing.
We have also guided tours, like I said, in Potsdam. This Old Fritz tour, you can book them, and also in other parts of Brandenburg. We have guided tours, and if you check our events diary on our website, there are every weekend lots of guided tours in all parts of Brandenburg.
Well, with that, I think I'm ready to pack up my bike and my bike kid trailer that I just got, and we can take a weekend tour through Brandenburg's countryside. They have so many different trails that you can choose from, and you can find out more on their official tourism website, which is brandenburg-tourism.com. I want to find something that goes by a nice lake, and maybe we can have a picnic there.
I can just imagine you must look so typical and maybe even like a modern hipster with your beard and also with your kind of kid trailer on the back of your bicycle, just like they do in Prenzlauer Berg in the middle of Berlin. It's so fashionable. I personally would love to choose one of these city routes to get a good chance to see the capital of Brandenburg, which is Potsdam. I mean, that's such a beautiful city as well. And it means I can do something that gets me out, but at the same time not miss all of those cultural destinations of a city that I really love when traveling.
And I want to give a big thank you to Stefan Lehmann for speaking with us and giving us some great info on why Brandenburg is such a bike-friendly and great place to visit for adventurers when to get out a little bit of exercise while they travel.